Proof of Life, June 14th, 2026. It's the birthday of the Orange Menace today, and it's also my mother's birthday tomorrow. So I told my brother he should call my mother and say, "Oh, you and Donald Trump almost have the same birthday." He chose not to do that. I can think of a number of ways to poke the bear at this point, and I won't actually pursue those myself. My mother has decided that she never wants to see me or hear from me again, so I'm respecting her wishes and not contacting her for her birthday. I've made enough effort, and she's made her own choices. So, yeah, I have feelings about it. I'm not even sure what they all are. I'm sure I'll have to process them later when I actually experience them. What I am thinking about tonight, though, are the ways in which I am like my mother and not like her, and the ways that I choose to live that are a result of not wanting to be like her or not wanting to end up like her. Um, I'm like her in that I'm creative. She's very creative. She's an artist, and she has an odd sense of humor, which I also do. She was seriously envious of people around her and quite attached to material things and social climbing sort of things. Nothing was ever enough for her, and I really live my life in a way that isn't that. Like, I don't care about social status, and I like the things that I have, but only because each one of them has meaning. And I've also gotten rid of all of my stuff at one point to go live in an RV, and that was fine too. Um, I don't want more stuff. She always wanted more stuff. I do have an envy aspect to my personality, but not to the depth that my mother has. And mostly it's just like, oh, I want to go travel too, or I want to learn to paint too. Or, it's more maybe appreciation or curiosity than real envy. Though I'm sure I've had times in my life where that became a hindrance or a character flaw. Um, I choose to stay physically active because I've watched my mother and my grandmother before her become skeletal and helpless and fragile, and I'd like to not be that for as long as possible. I want to be the old lady that rides my bike around in the neighborhood and gardens and goes to water aerobics. Speaking of which, I did go to water exercise today at the pool. You should go. It's really fun and it's surprisingly challenging. Um, and just being in water is really nice, especially in hot weather. Um, I don't know. I've just chosen to make my life something that I continue to want. And when I have those times in my life where I don't want to be alive, I find some way to um, get support and help. And unfortunately, I think my mother was never able to really be honest enough with herself and others to seek out and receive help at times. Um, I'm shocked that she's still alive. I, I, it looks horrible. She looks like she's suffering, and she's chosen not to do anything about it. And at this point, I don't think she really can change that. But um, yeah, I definitely wouldn't choose the existence that she currently has, and will have a plan at that point in my time on the planet to leave the planet. So I don't know. That's what's on my mind this evening. I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. I'm just thoughtful and a little tired. I should probably go to bed, but I won't. Um, I do think that sleep is kind of a design flaw in human beings. Like, no one asked me. The creators of all there is did not ask me for my opinions on how things are. But I think that I would like to be able to sleep less without any consequence. Um, the reality is that I've had periods of time where I slept a lot less and there were a lot of consequences. So I do try to get enough sleep. But that's enough rambling from me. And I hope you have a lovely Monday tomorrow. Sleep well.